No hay otra. Subtítulos.
67% of the community votes went towards Lucas, 33% went towards Sub. And does that feel right? Kind of like a 2-to-1 situation between the two of those players?
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense, but it's really just going to come down to this matchup. It looks like, as you mentioned, being super popular, Lucas decided to do it right away. We talked to Lucas, Andrew and I, before the tournament, and he did say that he wants to play bait to try and force out mistakes from his opponent. And it makes sense. I mean, there's a lot of nerves on the stage. You have to defend each Goblin Barrel and each Dark Goblin, each Princess perfectly if you want to win. But look at Sub's deck.
Yeah, Sub going to be running the Royal Hogs, quick cycle. And yeah, I mean, the delivery plus the log plus, I mean, it's probably going to be Skelly's and Ice Spirit. He's going to be able to stop these barrels very quickly. But I mean, bait, once you have that Goblin Stein up on the board, the 3-card cycle, you can out-cycle the log plus the delivery. They have all these cheat cards, and you will still get barrels on the towers.
Yeah, that's a good point. If there is any deck that's going to be extremely successful, it's this Pig's deck right here with the log and the delivery. But you can see Sub shaking his head already. Maybe Lucas is right. Maybe this deck, the nerves, are going to make the big difference here. Already taking quite a few Goblin Barrel hits.
And right there, defending with the Goblin Gang as well. Earthquake on top of it, and the tower as well, getting it down to 27-74. Slight lead for Lucas so far. Skelly's to help out and start to chain quickly. But Sub going to respond very well. But it does look like a little bit of trickle damage coming in from the Doctor.
Defiende las dos
líneas. On the board. You can see Lucas down a little bit of elixir, but
muy buen control de las evoluciones por parte de los dos. Sub sabía perfectamente que iba a tener el barril evolucionado, entonces guarda los barriles evolucionados para esa ocasión.
Y al otro lado usa otro. Por eso no gasta más. That rocket, it seems very difficult.
It does seem difficult, but we always see with these cannons plus Ice Spirit or cannons plus Skellies, you can get those pro plays where they try and get the Royal Hogs plus the Earthquake on top of everything, but then you push it right there. Not going to push, but just going to defend with the Doctor plus Skellies, taking 500 damage, but overall, pretty clean pretty clean defense, I would say.
Delivery dropping down, cleaning up the Goblin Barrel. Queen and Goblin Sign still on the board, but the Goblin Sign goes down. That means Sub has 3-card cycle. He goes to the log to try and cycle the log quickly, but Evil Barrel coming in, getting solid damage, and the Queen gets taken out as well.
And right here, we finally see the Evo Skellies against Evo Skellies, both of them just gonna kind of, I mean, really, it's a neutral situation right there. And Sub, I really like what he was trying to do, trying to go the delivery on top of the Princess. Lucas too smart for that.
No sé si era para simplemente evitarse problemas con
until now, he knows Lucas loves these
básicamente le molesta más el lanzador que el propio barril,
And once again, the Queen is going to survive here. Sub is definitely going to go for some piggies soon to make use of that 3-card cycle. Maybe a pre-Earthquake on the cannon as well. There's the pre-Earthquake, but Lucas knows that the pre-Earthquake is coming. He predicts the prediction, if you will, inside the bigs. But look at the Queen left side.
Archer Queen getting shot after shot, getting the tower down to 20-36. Both towers for Lucas taking a beating, but I mean, it's still a very close game. Dark Goblin outside of the range of the Crown Tower, so going to be able to take out the cannon entirely. And Archer Queen at the bridge, I mean, this is going to put in a ton of work right here.
Delivery on one side. Log on the other. Evo Skellies get taken out immediately, and the Goblin Sign ability is doing massive damage for Lucas.
Right there, completely flipping the energy of the arena, getting the tower down to 1502, Ice Spirit plus Earthquake. And I mean, Sub is recognizing my opponent has no spell, has no big spell whatsoever. If I defend cleanly, I should be able to win. It's just going to be whether or not Lucas is going to force out errors from his opponent.
This is fascinating. Full defense, no pigs at all. Can he have the perfect defense? That is the question. Will he be able to stop the bait spam? Evo Goblin Barrel inbound. Skelly's one side, log the other. Decent damage defense.
And right there, Princess plus Dark Goblin. Dark Goblin does stay alive, not hit by the Royal Delivery. Log on defense from Sub. Any of the Goblin Gang picked up. 2 of the Spirit Goblins still alive. Princess at the bridge. 14 seconds left. Lucas needs to figure out something quickly.
Dark Goblin at the bridge. Goblin barrels here.
Look at the Dark Goblin.
The Dark Goblin versus Earthquake.
11-28, 12-12. The Dark Goblin did it. Earthquake
Se le
coming
acaba
in.
el tiempo, amigos.
Lucas gets it.
Por poquito.
Earthquake down at the last
Por
second.
poquito, amigos. Por poquito. Perdió Lucas River. La primera.
Oh my gosh,
Momento. Vamos a retroceder, chicos. Vamos a retroceder. Lucas fue el ganador. Qué mal vi, boludo. Ganó Lucas, por eso está pescando. Ahí está. Soy pelotudo, ¿sabes? Bueno, chicos. Excelente, amigos.
So that he only had one log. No, he probably had no Evo. No Evo Ice Spirit, no Evo Skellies. How do you want to use your log? If you use it on the Dark Goblin, then the Goblins are going to be able to take out the tower.
Chicos,
I mean, it was right when the Earthquake was placed down. I don't know if that was on purpose. Lucas playing it perfectly.
If I can ask the replay team to redo that replay, except slow it down just a little bit, just the last replay, I want to get one more look at one of the closest games that we have seen.
A su rival, le molestaba más lanzador que los barriles.
In the Clash Royale League this year.
Un minuto le queda,
I think this is the fourth game under 100 HP difference.
I mean, just in the last 2 days. I didn't do the math. There could have been one on day one as well. It's just match, and it's always Lucas. I swear in my notes, it was Lucas for 2 of those 3 games. Lucas just, you know, allowing the crowd to enjoy himself, and that's why he's such a fan favorite. And there we go. Let's take a look at this replay.
All right, so this is the last 15 seconds slow down. You can see the Dark Gob taking out the Ice Spear, walking directly on the tower. The log comes through, but the Dark Gob damage is already there. Here's the first Earthquake from Sub. He's cycling his cheapest cards to try and barely get back to another Earthquake. With 2 seconds left, like 1.5, he goes for the Earthquake. That's the first tick. If there was 1/2 more second, that Earthquake gets the second tick, and this game is completely different outcome.
Oh my goodness. Game 1 of day 3 and we're already getting this. Thank you. I just want to say how grateful I am to be here because this has been wonderful. Deck 1 for both of these players. Lucas going the no spell bait, quick cycle. And I mean, really, it often feels like the Bridge Princesses are kind of the way to win this, and you know, can you get a bunch of them on the board? I don't even know if that was the way he did it. I don't know right? How he won.
Yeah, on paper, this matchup is completely in Sub's favor because he has this log, he has the roll delivery, he can keep up or even surpass 3-card cycle with that Archer Queen, and sometimes bait decks like this can win if you have rocket to rocket cycle, but Lucas somehow finding a way with the Dark Goblin.
This was fantastic, but let's see game number 2 right now.
Bueno, el segundo game se va a jugar ahora, así que vamos a ver qué tal.
And Sub in the third situation like this. I think this is the 3rd time now that he has lost the first game of a best of 3. The question is, can he do it again? Can he reverse sweep and get a couple more wins to secure himself a continuation in this World Finals?
Lucas cycling the zap plus the minor.
Bueno, la pregunta que ellos tienen es si puede continuar por ese camino Lucas, así que si va a poder continuar camino a esa final con este rendimiento que tiene.
On the other side, I mean, is it Loon? We see a chuckle, we see a smile. Is this exactly what Lucas was hoping for?
I think it might be. It looks like he's playing.
Is he pumped?
I think he's playing Pompeo Balloon. I saw him on his rally PI. He likes to use it. And he has the Inferno Dragon.
Con razón se ríe él.
That's why Lucas is
porque
smiling
lo que
here.
tiene
This is a Pompeo
no va a llegar
Balloon
jamás
versus
eso, a no ser que pase algo
I
extraño.
believe this is a very fascinating matchup.
No.
Pompeo in the crowd.
Por eso es que se sonrió,
make
se
him
festejó
proud.
recién
Gob
Lucas.
Cage on defense for Sub, going to be able to easily kite the
Saber
balloon.
qué hace el otro.
But because of the left tower targeting that Inferno Dragon for even just a second, that's going to apply a bunch of pressure and arrows forced out from Sub.
Ice Golem with the bridge in front of the Mega Minion just to tank a little bit, try and force out some sort of response. Miner's well to tank for the Mega Minion, just a little bit of a push, but it does require a hefty response. I like how Lucas just took advantage of this opportunity because he knows that Lava is not built for those cheap defenses. Forcing out lots of elixir
Timing,
from
amigo,
some ain't
no
getting
sé
good
si...
Yeah, I mean, Ice Golem basically becomes that
No
kind of
sé
like
si de
third
forma
wing
adrede
position,
hizo,
because you're always forcing out either the bomber or the guards,
pero
otherwise
se
it's going
comió
to chip away
daño
at the tower, get
innecesario, me
400
parece a mí,
HP worth of damage, and Lucas's
innecesario.
defenses are always going to be relatively easy.
No sé.
The Inferno Dragon is going to clean up the
Vamos a ver
lavas.
qué planea.
It's just whether or not he can defend before Sub gets those lightnings out.
Bola de
And
fuego.
no, it's going to be Fireball, and that's a value
Espectacular,
Fireball
chicos.
catching the Mega Minion.
A really good fireball and not the best zap from Lucas there, dropping on almost nothing. I think he was trying to time it to zap all the lava pups, but he was not expecting that fireball to reset his Inferno Dragon, and it just changed up everything.
And right there, Lucas probably going to set himself up with the
Va a
Ice
ciclar
Golem in
otra vez
front.
eso.
No Ice
Lobo
Golem miner in the
adelante para
back.
ataquear la...
Hopefully, instead, just going in with
El
the
Dragonífera.
Fireball.
Uy, no me gustó
Evo
tanto,
Zap going to come down, but didn't
No me
catch the
gustó tanto
bomber
la
on the
jugada,
first
chicos, y ese lobo,
electrocution,
a
so
ver
that
si
bomber
llega.
stays alive.
This balloon,
Flechita tiene que usar porque si no llega el lobo.
come down, but it does get dented.
Logra hacer que llegue
And
el lobo.
sometimes that's what Pompeo Balloon
Bola
is all
fue
about.
muy bien
Sometimes you
tirada
just
de parte
continuously
del
cycle
rival
those
de Sub.
balloons, getting that death damage and resetting for the defense.
Mal.
Cycling the Inferno Dragon, you
Nada mal,
want them
Sub,
on the board.
aunque
It's
sabe
not
que el
always
match
just
es
Inferno
complicado.
Dragon on top of the lava.
Hay que jugar
You're
la
just trying to
partida,
get as many
por
of them up as you
Nunca
can.
se sabe lo que puede
Sub
pasar,
responding with his own Inferno
más en
Dragon right
competitivo.
there, guards to protect it, and the Inferno Dragon for Sub locks onto the
El
balloon.
lobo
So,
dudo que llegue, pero
so
puede
far,
ser
it's a good
igual.
defense, but he
Cuidado
still needs
con la
more.
descarga, tiene que
Yeah,
tirar
and this is
unas
what I
de
mean.
defensivas,
Lava
le
Hound is
obligan
not built
rival.
for these defenses. A lot of the
Está
time,
bien,
you
parece
want to
correcto.
go for a dual lane or opposite lane pressure and tower trade, but that's not something that is an opportunity in overtime.
Yeah, and Sub
Para
making
distraer
mistakes
uno de
after
los dragones
mistakes.
y
Lucas
aplaude el
already
estimado
clapping his
porque
hands. He thinks this
acumula
game is
dragones
over. The
infernales. A
miner
ver qué
takes out
pasa,
the
chicos.
bomber entirely. Good
Esto
game
es
coming out from
partida.
Sub. Lucas with the 2-0.
Avanza a la siguiente ronda.